You wake up inside someone else's chest cavity. Not exactly the 5-star accommodations you were hoping for, but hey, at least it's warm and there's free room service in the form of blood and tissue. You've been gestating here for about a day now, and your host has been having the worst time of their life, sweating bullets and clutching their chest while their crewmates wonder if it's just bad space food. Spoiler alert, it's not the food. Time to make your grand entrance. You bite through the rib cage with the enthusiasm of someone opening birthday presents, except the present is freedom and the wrapping paper is human bone. Your host's screams provide the perfect soundtrack as you burst out, all slimy and magnificent, about the size of a snake but with way more personality. Your new roommates are screaming and running around, which is honestly pretty rude considering you just got here. You screech at them with your adorable baby voice and scurry off into the nearest air vent because confrontation isn't really your thing right now. Unlike your regular drone siblings who got the basic package, you're special. You're a queen chestburster, which means you've got the VIP genetics. While those other chumps will grow up to be workers and warriors, you're destined for management. You can already feel it in your developing crown ridge and the extra set of arms starting to bud from your chest. You're basically alien royalty, except instead of a silver spoon, you were born with a second mouth. You find a cozy spot deep in the ship's maintenance tunnels and start your metamorphosis. Growing from a foot-long worm thing to a 14-foot-tall nightmare takes serious dedication. Your skin molts off like the world's grossest sleeping bag, and underneath, you're developing that signature biomechanical look that would make H.R. Geiger proud. Your crown extends backward from your skull, making you look like you're permanently wearing the universe's most metal helmet. Those extra arms sprouting from your chest aren't just for show either. They're perfect for multitasking, like ripping apart enemies while still having hands free to lay eggs. Nature really thought of everything.
Nice.
Within hours, you're fully grown and ready to start your empire. First order of business: find a suitable location for your hive. You prowl through the ship, leaving trails of resin everywhere because interior decorating is important. The cargo bay looks promising, lots of dark corners and pipes to hang your future children from. You start secreting your special hive resin, mixing it with your saliva to create walls and chambers. It's basically Extreme Home Makeover, Xenomorph Edition. Now comes the fun part. Remember that massive ovipositor you've been developing? Yeah, it's time to put that bad boy to work. This thing makes up half your body length when fully extended, and you're about to become a one-alien egg factory. You position yourself in your biomechanical throne, which you've built from resin and probably some unfortunate crew member's bones, and start pumping out eggs. We're talking dozens of eggs per day, each one containing a facehugger just waiting to give someone the worst kiss of their life. Your first batch of children starts hatching, and you couldn't be prouder. Sure, they're parasitic nightmare creatures that reproduce by violating other species, but they're your parasitic nightmare creatures. Through some form of psychic connection that even you don't fully understand, you can command your growing brood. You're basically running a telepathic group chat where you're the admin and everyone else just follows orders. Kevin, go check out that noise in Sector 7. Sarah, stop playing with your food and just cocoon them already. Managing a hive isn't all egg-laying and telepathic bossing around. You've got to deal with food shortages when your kids eat through all the available hosts too quickly. There's always that one drone who thinks they're special and tries to challenge your authority, which you handle by literally ripping them in half because democracy has no place in your hive. Plus, you're constantly expanding, sending your workers to spread resin further throughout whatever facility you've infested, turning the whole place into your personal biomechanical nightmare palace. Your intelligence isn't just about running the hive efficiently. With an IQ of 175, you're smarter than most of the humans trying to kill you. You learn to recognize patterns in their behavior, understand their technology at a basic level, and even engage in psychological warfare. When that one survivor threatens your eggs with a flamethrower, you actually understand the threat and call your drones back. You're playing 4D chess while they're playing checkers, except the chess pieces can climb on ceilings and have acid for blood. Speaking of acid blood, yours is extra spicy. While your drones have blood that can eat through a few deck plates, yours could probably melt through a bank vault. It's your built-in security system, ensuring that even if someone manages to hurt you, they're going to have a very bad time. One tail swipe that draws your blood turns the floor into Swiss cheese and your attacker into fondue. Years pass, and your hive grows massive. You've got hundreds of children now, organized into different castes. Your warriors handle defense, your drones maintain the hive and gather hosts, and your praetorians serve as your personal bodyguards. They're like bouncers at the universe's worst nightclub, except instead of checking IDs, they're checking if you have a face that needs hugging. But success breeds jealousy. Other queens sometimes establish hives nearby, and suddenly you're in a turf war. Queen-on-queen combat is rare but spectacular. You're both massive, intelligent, and absolutely ruthless. The fighting involves tail strikes that could pierce tank armor, acid spray that turns everything into soup, and your 4 arms working overtime to grab and tear. Your children clash with hers in the tunnels between your territories while you two duke it out like kaiju in a very confined space. Eventually, you emerge victorious because you're not just strong, you're clever. You sent a squad of your fastest runners through the vents to attack her egg chamber while she was distracted fighting you. Nothing makes a queen angrier than threatening her eggs, and in her rage, she made mistakes. Now her territory is yours, and you've absorbed her surviving children into your brood because waste not, want not. As decades pass, you grow even larger. Some queens can reach truly massive proportions, and you're well on your way. Your egg production has become so efficient that you're laying them almost constantly, your ovipositor never getting a break. You're essentially a biological factory with a bad attitude and the ability to command an army with your mind. But even queen's age, your carapace, once smooth and glistening, starts showing wear. Your egg production slows down. Some young praetorian in your hive starts getting ideas above their station, going through changes that could let them molt into a new queen. You can sense it through your psychic connection, their ambition practically screaming in your mind. The confrontation is inevitable. They challenge you right there in your throne room, surrounded by your eggs. This upstart thinks they can take what you've built over decades. Your ovipositor detaches with a wet sound that would make anyone queasy, and suddenly you're mobile again. 4 arms, 2 legs, a tail that could bisect a dropship, and centuries of experience versus one ambitious praetorian who thinks they're hot stuff. The fight is brutal but quick. You grab them with your chest arms while your main arms tear into their carapace. Your inner jaw punches through their head crest like it's made of paper. As they dissolve into a puddle of acid that eats through 3 sub-levels of your hive, you let out a shriek that echoes through every corridor, reminding everyone who's in charge. You reattach to your throne, your ovipositor settling back into position. Back to laying eggs, back to commanding your brood, back to being the ultimate matriarch of destruction. Your children scatter back to their duties, properly reminded of their place. Another challenger will come eventually, they always do, but for now, you're still the queen, still pumping out eggs like the world's most terrifying vending machine, still commanding respect through a mixture of psychic dominance and the ability to literally tear anyone in half who looks at you funny. You settle back into your biomechanical throne, feeling another clutch of eggs moving through your ovipositor, ready to unleash more horror into the universe. Just another Tuesday in the life of a Xenomorph Queen. Your inner jaw extends in what could almost be considered a yawn. Time to lay another 100 eggs before lunch. Well, you don't really have lunch. You don't actually need to eat much when you're connected to your throne. The hive provides nutrients through the resin somehow. Honestly, the logistics are weird even for you, and you're the one living it. You let out another commanding shriek, just because you can, and somewhere in the vents, a human whimpers. Music to your ears. Well, if you had ears. Do you have ears? Whatever, the sound vibrations please you, and that's what matters as another egg plops out with a wet splash.